Tonight's Los Angeles Lakers home game is postponed, allowing the team and fans to grieve after Kobe Bryant's tragic death. Fans are still gathered outside the Lakers home at Staples Center, where that memorial has been growing since Bryant's personal helicopter crashed on Sunday morning. Now, federal investigators are giving details in the tragic crash that killed Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter, and 7 others.
Air traffic control says the helicopter's pilot was trying to avoid heavy fog at the time of the crash, climbed higher to avoid a cloud layer. During the flight, the pilot noted he was flying under special visual flight rules, which allows them to fly in rougher conditions while relying on their own vision and ability rather than instruments. News4JAX spoke with a local helicopter pilot, Bill Hay, for some insight. And he tells us the pilot might have changed the approach to navigate through the clouds, but as a single pilot, it would have been very difficult.
When you're in an S-76, you're in adverse conditions to begin with, and then to try and do a pop-up IFR just increases the workload exponentially. It's not to say that it couldn't be done. It's just he already had his hands full to begin with trying to navigate in a low visibility climate, and to do a pop-up IFR would not have been practical.
So minutes after the pilot's final communication with air traffic control, someone on the ground called 911 to report the crash. The area around the site is now on lockdown. No one allowed within 5 miles or allowed to fly any lower than 5,000 feet above as investigators comb through the wreckage. So far, crews have recovered 3 of the 9 bodies. Now, as millions are grieving Bryant's death, we're hearing from people who had a personal connection with the NBA's star.
One of whom is related to News4JAX reporter Eric Avanier. So he's related to former Boston Celtic and Miami Heat star Antoine Walker. Although Eric was not able to speak with Walker directly, he did talk to Walker's daughter, who says losing Bryant was very personal because Kobe was close to her father.
I initially thought of my dad, and I called him right away. And when I heard like his sadness and like I could tell he was upset, I just started crying. This is the first legend I think I've lost in my lifetime. So it's like also losing someone who was so impactful and just such a good person. Like that was the main thing my family said about Kobe. Like me growing up was like, he's such a good guy. He's such a good person. And like, he was always there for my dad when no one else was.
So according to the Basketball Hall of Fame chairman, Kobe Bryant will be inducted into this year's Hall of Fame class without a vote. We'll continue to cover this crash and also how the world remembers the basketball legend on air and online. You can look back at this story on news4jax.com.